In this chapter, Garrett Sutton, a seasoned attorney, outlines 10 critical rules for protecting real estate assets. Real estate investments come with inherent risks, such as lawsuits, liability claims, and financial setbacks. Sutton emphasizes that proper planning and legal structuring are essential to safeguard your assets and ensure long-term success. Key themes and concepts. 1. Why asset protection is essential. Real estate investors face various risks, including lawsuits from tenants or contractors, financial risks from market downturns or poor management, personal liability due to improper legal structures. Asset protection strategies are about minimizing exposure and safeguarding wealth. The 10 rules for real estate asset protection. Rule 1. Separate your personal and business assets. Keep your personal assets, like your home or car, separate from your real estate investments. Use legal entities such as LLCs or corporations to create a barrier between personal and business liabilities. For example, if a tenant sues over a property issue, only the assets within the LLC are at risk, not your personal assets. Rule 2. Choose the right entity. LLCs are often the best choice for holding real estate due to their flexibility and liability protection. Avoid using C corporations or S corporations for real estate holdings. C corporations may result in double taxation. S corporations make transferring properties difficult and can lead to tax complications. Rule 3. Use a separate entity for each property. Placing each property in its own LLC isolates liabilities. If one property faces a lawsuit or financial trouble, it won't affect the others. While this strategy may increase administrative costs, it significantly enhances asset protection. Rule 4. Avoid commingling funds. Keep separate bank accounts for each LLC or entity. Mixing personal and business finances can lead to legal problems, such as piercing the corporate veil, which removes liability protection. Rule 5. Maintain proper documentation. Keep accurate and up-to-date records for all entities, including operating agreements, meeting minutes, and financial statements. Proper documentation demonstrates that your entities are legitimate businesses, strengthening liability protection. Rule 6. Use insurance as a first line of defense. Insurance is an essential part of any asset protection strategy. General liability insurance covers accidents and injuries. Umbrella policies provide additional coverage beyond standard policies. Ensure you have adequate coverage for each property and regularly review policies to address changing risks. Rule 7. Plan for estate and succession. Estate planning ensures your assets are distributed according to your wishes. Use trusts to avoid probate, which can be costly and time-consuming, provide privacy for your assets, and reduce estate taxes. For example, a revocable living trust can hold ownership of LLCs, simplifying inheritance. Rule 8. Use proper lease agreements. Lease agreements should clearly outline the rights and responsibilities of both landlords and tenants. Include clauses to limit liability, such as indemnification clauses to protect landlords from tenant negligence, and property use restrictions to specify allowable activities to minimize risks. Always have an attorney review lease agreements. Rule 9. Monitor changes in laws. Real estate laws vary by jurisdiction and are subject to change. It's crucial to stay informed about local, state, and federal regulations, including zoning laws, tenant rights, and tax regulations. Work with legal and tax professionals to remain compliant and adapt strategies as needed. Rule 10. Act proactively, not reactively. Implement asset protection strategies before issues arise. Reacting to lawsuits or financial problems after the fact is costly and less effective. For example, setting up an LLC after being sued won't protect your personal assets from that lawsuit. Real-life examples. LLC protection. An investor faced a lawsuit from a tenant injured on one of their properties. Because the property was owned by an LLC, the tenant could only claim the assets of that LLC, not the investor's personal wealth. Insurance coverage. A property manager accidentally caused damage to a tenant's belongings. The investor's umbrella policy covered the costs, avoiding a personal financial hit. Key takeaways. Separate personal and business finances. Use legal entities to isolate liabilities and protect personal assets. Choose the right legal structures. LLCs are generally the best option for real estate investments. Maintain proper records. Accurate documentation is essential for liability protection and legal compliance. Insurance is vital. Always have adequate insurance coverage as your first line of defense. Plan ahead. Proactive planning ensures that your assets are protected from unforeseen risks. Practical applications. Forming an LLC. Work with an attorney to establish LLCs for your properties, ensuring proper setup and compliance. Insurance review. Meet with an insurance agent to evaluate your current coverage and add umbrella policies if needed. Estate planning. Consult with an estate attorney to create trusts or other mechanisms for passing on assets. This chapter provides a comprehensive guide to protecting your real estate assets through legal, financial, and insurance strategies. Garrett Sutton emphasizes that asset protection is an ongoing process that requires careful planning and regular updates. Let me know if you'd like to dive deeper into any of the rules or examples.